Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. All right, guys, so yesterday I made this design in Microsoft PowerPoint. I got this image off of another crafting group, and everything else I uploaded directly from Bing using Microsoft PowerPoint. So I had a couple of people that were interested in how to create or how I created the design. It's really popular in some of the crafting groups. Some people are using it to print it out and then they, put fabric and things on it to recreate the image or the look here. Some people will print it out and sublimate it, onto a canvas. It's totally up to you how you want to use it. I haven't printed it out at this point because I'm still playing around with ideas. But what I do want to go ahead and do is show you how I created this look in Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so we're going to start here on a blank slide, and I'm going to move this up here. So when you go into Microsoft PowerPoint, I'm working with the 8.5 by 11. Now you can size it to whatever size you want to work with. So you just go to your menu and select Design, come over to the right to Slide Size, Custom Slide Size, and you're going to put in your width and height here, okay? Make sure you enter the number of slides. I just want it on number 1 or just 1 slide, and then I'm going to use the portrait orientation. Don't worry about your notes and hit OK. Now, once you make those changes, if it wasn't already on an 8.5 by 11, you're going to get a second window that's going to ask you to maximize or ensure your sizing, and you want to select ensure and hit OK. I didn't get that because I'm already on 8.5 by 11. Okay. All right. So the first thing I did is I started looking for the pieces to create this look. So in my mind, I wanted to have like a window with a really pretty background, some curtains, a rug, and like a little chase lounger or sofa there. So I started using some keywords to search for what I was looking for. And if you want to create an image like this, guys, by no means do you have to do what I'm doing. I'm just showing you how to create it so you can get out there and do your thing. Okay. All right, so the first thing is we're on a clean slide here. We're going to click on Insert from the menu, and we're going to select Pictures and choose Online Pictures. So you do want to be online for this, okay? All right, so when it comes up, the first thing I clicked on, I just went to backgrounds because I'm like, you know what? I just want to find a really pretty background. And I came upon this image right here. So I selected that. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you do want to remove the artist's information. If you don't, it's going to be in your overall design. So you want to remove that, okay? So we're almost halfway done. I'm just kidding. All right, so what I do is I right click and I click on copy, okay? Once you click on copy, then we're going to right click and we're going to say format background, okay? And we're going to take that copy that we just did and we're going to select here picture or texture field, and we're going to select clipboard because we just put that image on our clipboard. So you can take this one and you can delete it or you can save it, however, whatever works for you. Now, this is now your background. So notice that it doesn't move and I deleted the image that we brought in. You can save it to your desktop or computer, for future reference or however you want to do that, but I just deleted mine. Okay. All right, so now we want to move this up some because we need to allow for the the chase and the window and all that good stuff, right? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're going to go back to right click, format background. All right, and we're gonna come down to offset bottom, and we're gonna click on the up arrow, and we're gonna move that upward. Okay, and I don't remember how far I went, so let me take a look here. um that looks like it's about a good inch or so up. Okay, so we're gonna go about an inch or so up. So again, right click, format background, and we're gonna just move that up like that because we want to have the carpet. We got to put in the curtains and the window. So that's just to allow us some space. And this now looks really nice. Okay. All right. So once we get that in, the next thing we want to do is we're going to go to a blank slide and we're going to say insert picture, online picture. And this time we're going to search, and I think I did window. I don't remember all the keywords, guys. I've ate and slept since I created this thing, so we're just going to play around and see what we find. Okay, so I went with window, and or I think I went with window anyway, and I might pass it up, so let me go slowly. But you can use any of these windows, guys. I think I did window with curtains. Let's try that. Window with curtains. And I may have just did curtains by itself. So I'm just, trying to figure out what I used. Okay, it's none of those. Okay, let's go with curtains. Okay, so let's see what we get. I think I did these right here. I think I did those. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, that's them. All right, so I'm just using the blank slide to remove so I can see better, and I can take off the creator's name for the image, and then I'm going to right click and cut, and then I'm going to bring that, oops, wait a minute, sorry, put that back, right click and paste it back because we got to get the window in there. All right, so we're going to leave that for right now, and we're going to go back to another slide. And you can get another slide, guys, from your home in your menu. Just click on new slide. And when you click on new slide, you'll select blank and that'll put a new slide in. Okay. So now we got our curtains. Now we're going to get our window. So again, we're going to go insert picture, online picture. And I did either window or open window. So we're going to see. I might have seen it already and forgot. Now, the good thing about this, guys, is look at all these windows that you can use. So you don't have to use the window that I selected, but I'm going to try to remember which one I selected. And I think I selected this one. All right, so I got this window here, and we're going to say insert. Oh no, that is not the one I used. It's pretty though, but that's not it. All right, let me go back. Picture. Let me try online picture. Open window. You just kind of play around with the keywords, guys. I wasn't planning on creating a tutorial from this, so that's why I don't remember exactly what all I was using. Let's see. It might have been because I want to give you the exact ones that I used. But the good thing is, look at all these windows that you can use. That would be a great one. The reason I want to show you the one I did use is because I wanted to show you how I just removed the background because the window had a background. It's this one right here. It's this one. It's this one, I think. All right. So I'm clicked on two images, so it's going to bring it. Yep, this is exactly the one I used. Okay, so we're going to remove that artist info. And what I did was I sized this window a little bit up. So I'm just clicking in the corner, clicking the image and then opening it up some or expanding it to make it fit my slide size. All right, so this already has background. You could use that, okay? I didn't want that background. So what I did is I went to my menu and selected picture format, remove background. Now, this is going to be intensive work. You can go to remove BG if you choose to, but I just kind of had time on my hands, so I played around with it. So what we're going to do is you have two tabs here in the top left corner. You have a mark area to keep and a mark area to remove. So this kind of pinkish, dark pinkish color shows you that everything is being removed except for what you can see right here that is not covered up in the dark pink. So this is a good learning moment to teach you how you can remove a background. Some are easier than others. This is a little complicated because it's got all this crap in here. Okay, so we're going to click on Mark Areas to Keep, that first tab. And then all you have to do, you're going to get like a little pencil, and I'm just kind of dragging it down over that dark pink area for what I want to keep in my image, okay, or what I want to keep from this image. Now I'm just focused on the areas that I want to keep, and I'm just keeping the outline of the window and not the inside, okay? So I kept that. And I think I took a little bit of this. It's not going to make a big difference because your curtains are going to be hiding it anyway. So I kept all that. And again, I'm just clicking in the space what I want to keep. Now this dark pink you see here is going to be removed. Okay. So now I'm going to click on the second tab, which is mark areas to remove. And I'm going to click inside the window because I don't want any part of that. And you'll see that sometimes some of the pink will come back in on what you've removed, but just keep going. And I'm gonna get a little bit of that because I don't know what that is. I think I took some of that out too because I wanted as much of my background to show as possible. So I'm gonna click back on that first tab so that I can bring this back in. Mark areas to keep, just using your pencil and just kind of dragging down. And I think that's good. Like I said, your curtains are going to be hiding this anyway. So there is one little area that I do want to take out, which is right there and right there. So as long as it's showing that dark pinkish like kind of color, that means it's being removed. Okay, dark pinkish, it's removed. Mark areas to keep. I'm going to bring a little bit of that back in so it doesn't look wonky. All right, so kind of brought too much. I'm just kind of playing with it. No right or wrong, guys. It's going to be your own thing. Okay, so that's enough. It looks crazy, but you're not even going to be able to tell how crazy it looks like this. So we're just going to right click and cut, and we're going to go up to our image, and we're going to right click and paste. Look at that. You see that? I'm just going to bring it down some. All right, already coming together. Okay, and now we're going to take our curtains. We're going to right click, cut, right click, and paste. Look at that. We're almost done. And you would never know unless I told you that this is how I created this here. So now we want to get the flooring. It's better to get the flooring before you start working with that Chase Lounge. So we're going to go back to insert and picture and online pictures, and we're going right back to Bing, and we're going to select carpet. Okay, you can type in floor mat, you can type in, whatever And I think I chose, this one. Okay. So we're going to say insert. Okay. And again, we're going to remove that artist information because if you don't, you just click on it and remove it. If you don't, it's going to be in your image. All right. So what I did is I took this and then I sized it where it kind of covered up everything. Okay. And that's what you want to do. And then I'm going to add a little bit of, I think I went too far because I think I did leave a little space like right in there. So you could tell that it was truly a floor. I'm talking to myself. All right, so you're just going to drag in the corners to make it bigger. But we want to make this because right now it looks like the carpet is kind of up floating, and we want to kind of push it downward so it look like it's sitting nicely so that when we put our chase lounger, it fits perfectly. Okay. So we're going to go to make sure you click your carpet and we're going to select picture format, picture effects, 3D rotation. We're going to come down to perspective and we're going to use this perspective relaxed. Okay, perspective relaxed. And that's going to flatten that carpet out for you. Okay, like that, like so, like that. And you just want to make it, as big or wide as, needed so that it hides, you know, that bottom. And I'm going to show you. You don't have to worry about this because when you print it out, Microsoft is only going to print out what's within that 8.5 by 11. So you can make this as big as you want to. And if you come down to the very bottom, you have the slideshow little icon. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's down at the bottom right. When you click on slideshow, it'll pop up on your second screen so you can kind of see what it looks like. And I think that's perfect. Okay. So but like I said, you can make it as big or as small as you want. You can't see the slideshow image because it jumps over to another screen. So kind of play around with it to make it as big or as little as you so choose. You can bring it down. And I may have brought my curtains down some too. So just kind of play around with it until you get it just like you want it. Remember that Chase Lounger is going to be hiding this anyway. But you want to make sure that this is kind of laying flat so it looks like the Chase Lounge is sitting on top of the carpet. Okay. So let me just take a look at my picture and you guys can kind of see. And maybe that is not the rug that I used. I'm going to delete it because I said I want to use exactly the same rug. So let me see if I find. Let me see if I find this one. I got confused there for a moment. Let me go back to my image. So we're going to go picture, online, and let's see, carpets. And I may have put in rug. Let's see, it may be this one. Maybe that one right there. Let's see, insert. Let me go back and look. Yep, that's it. All right, so we're going to again go ahead and delete that artist info, highlight it and delete on your keyboard. And we're going to go to picture format, picture effects, and 3D rotation. And we're going to do a perspective relaxed. Perspective relaxed. And that's going to shift it to make it look like, it's laying down flat, which is what we want. And then size it so that it covers up the majority of the floor or the bottom part of your screen. So like that. And then you're going to right click and say send to back. Right click and send to back. And that way it's the curtains are coming down to where you cannot see, you know, it looks like the uh flooring is like that. Okay. So we're just going to kind of bring it in a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. But just kind of play with it until you get it just like you want it. And then we can bring these back up a little bit because I think I brought them down too far. All right. So there we have it. And again, like I said, you don't have to worry about the fact that the carpet is, outside of your slide. And that's because if you print this out, it's not going to print anything outside of your slide. So this would be cut off automatically. Okay. All right, coming together. So now we're going to add our Chase Lounge. So you go back to Insert, Picture, Online Picture. And I think I typed in Chase Lounge, something like that. And there it is. Perfect. We're going to insert it. Now this one I had to play around with. So let's go ahead and right click and cut it. And we're going to put it on a clean slide, right click and paste it. And you can go ahead and drag it to make it larger because we're going to need it larger. So just click and drag the corners. Do not drag from the middle or the top middle, the side middles or the top middles, because that's going to make your chase stretch in a bad way. So we're going to go ahead and remove the artist. And you notice there's a shadow. I don't want that shadow. So what we're going to do is click our image, go back to our menu and select Picture Format. And over to the left, remove background. And we're going to use our two tabs again. We're going to use the mark areas to keep. And we're going to highlight anything that's kind of that dark pinkish looking kind of color. We're going to click on that to keep it. Okay, just like that. And then that is going to be deleted. Okay, so we're going to leave that so that it can be deleted and click off of it. And now we have our Chase Lounge. Now I did rotate this because I wanted her to be sitting, with her back against it. So let's go ahead and we're going to click on the Chase and then we're going to select Format, come down to rotate over to the right. We're going to select rotate and flip horizontal so that it looks like this is going to be up against that little area right there. So now let's just go ahead and click our image and cut and go back to our design and right click and paste. And it's going to plop that Chase Lounger in there for you. Okay, so let's take a look. Looks good. And I think I kind of brought that Chase Lounger up a little bit like that. Okay. And if you continue to play with the slideshow, again, it's going to be in the bottom right of your screen. You're going to have some little icons down there. I don't think my screen actually has it captured, but in the bottom right corner, you're going to see 4 little icons. And if you just lay your cursor on them, one is going to say normal, one is going to say slide sorter, one is going to say reading view, and one is going to say slideshow. If you click slideshow, it's going to show you what everything looks like. And so you can't see it on my screen because it's popped up on my second screen and I don't want to move it over and then everything gets wonky. But that's what I use to kind of gauge if that looks good, and it looks great. So I'm going to leave it just like this. And the last thing that we have to do is we're going to take our little person and we're going to copy her, not cut her, because you may want to use it again. And then we're going to right click and paste. And we're going to put her back where it's kind of leaning up against there perfectly. And that's it. That is how I recreated this image in Microsoft PowerPoint. I didn't pay for any images. I got this from the Crafting Together as One group, um, which is an awesome group run by Tracy, and she has some additional admins. I don't know all of their names, but she has a great Facebook group. Check her out over there. Um, and you can size her down or what have you. When I took this image in, I did have to remove some of the background, so I've shown you how to do that just in case you decide to go over and check out her group and use some of the images there. But when I click on the slideshow, it's absolutely beautiful. It shows exactly like I wanted, you know and it shows it all within the slide. So you don't see this excess that's protruding out over here. Okay, so get in the habit of using that slideshow so you can kind of see what your image is going to look like. Now, once I got this to the design that I wanted, so when I was in slideshow, on my second screen, what I did is I did print screen and I took a copy of my image. So I'm going to print screen this and I'm going to bring it over and show you guys. So I'm going to print screen my second screen over here. And then I'm going to right click and paste. And you see how everything fits nicely inside? This is how it's going to look. Okay. That is how it's going to look. And so what I did is after I got my image just like I wanted it, I added, as you can see here, I added a black um, border to it. So when you go here, um, just click your image, right click your image, and we're going to say format picture. And we're going to click on that first little icon, fill and line, come down to line and say solid line. You choose a solid line and you can make that, I'm going to go with black, and then I use the width to thicken it up. Okay, just like that. So that's how I got that black line going around my image. Okay, so that is it, guys. That is how I recreated this image in Microsoft PowerPoint. And now I can right click this and save as a picture, you know, um, and use it however you so choose. Like I said, some people are printing these out and they're using fabric to recreate the look. In that case, if you were to do that, you would definitely want to take her out, you know, um, because you would need to put the fabric on that, chase lounger and then put her into the picture. But however you so choose it, sublimate it onto a canvas, print it out on some photo glossy paper and put it in a picture frame. That would be really nice. But the sky's the limit, guys. The sky's the limit. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. You can also, guys, if you wanted to, you could go and you could also snip your screen from here. So I could do print screen and I could just snip my screen from right here just to show you guys how that works. Okay, so just like that, I snip the screen and then I come here and I right click and I paste. And there is my image. And then I can just size it down like that. Because for some reason it looked like it made it lighter right there. And I don't like that. I don't know why it made it look lighter. It looks like it has a gray effect. But I snipped it there and there it's all in its brightness. Okay. So now again, click the image, right click the image and choose format picture. Select that first fill in line, come down to solid line, choose your color. Again, I'm going with black, and then the width, you just click on the up arrow to thicken it, and there you have it. Okay, so that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you how I recreated this image in Microsoft PowerPoint, and it looks really nicely. So now you could take this, like I said, you can save as, and you can make this a picture. So I'm just going to say sitting in the window and save. So now I have that as an image and I can use it anywhere. I'm going to delete this one because it looks too grayish looking. I don't know why I picked up a kind of grayish look on there, but now you can see it's perfect. Okay, you have it as a whole picture, but you know you pieced it together. Now, one of the things that I would recommend, I'm not going to do this because I just love playing around in Microsoft PowerPoint, but you may not want to have to do this each time. I mean, you may want to make it easier on yourself. So you could go in, guys, and when you're inserting your pictures from online pictures, as you find these images like that background that we were working with, which is here, you can insert that and you can just create these. Again, remove the artist information because it will show up in your final project. So just click off the picture and then just get the artist information by itself. And you could take this and, just choose file, save as, and save it on your computer, or you can just have a slide for each image. I can go out here now and say insert picture, online picture. I'm going to type in that Chase Lounge again, and I don't know if I'm spelling this right, but it found it, and that's all that matters. Chase Lounge, and I can take my Chase Lounge and insert, and you can bring these things in so that if you choose to use them in a different way, again, don't forget to remove that, shadow down there unless you just want it, but you saw I took it out of mine. But there's your Chase Lounge. Then I could go back and insert picture, online picture. And what else did we do? We did carpet. So I'm recommending these things. You don't have to do this. Totally up to you. I think that's the right one. Insert. Okay. And again, click off and delete. That's your carpet. Don't forget to put that 3D effect on your carpet if you're using it, because otherwise it looks like it's floating upward and you want to make it look like it's sitting nicely underneath your chase or whatever you choose to put on top of the carpet. So there's our carpet. So now we have our background, we have our chase lounger, we have our carpet, and you could do the same thing with that window. Blah, blah. So insert online picture, and let's go open window. Blah, 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 blah. And let's see if we find our window here again. It's amazing how when you go back and look for stuff, there it is right there. So insert. And now I have all of my graphics. If you use this again, don't forget to remove that background. And you don't really have to, guys. You could recreate this with a different window. There was some really nice windows out there. So I'm going to just add a new slide here. But there were some really nice windows out here. So when I went to picture online pictures, remember when I typed in window the first time? There were some nice windows. Like this is a nice window. This is a nice window. So you could use some of these that don't have a background already in them, you know. So the sky's the limit. The reason I create these tutorials, guys, is just to give you an idea of how you can do and recreate certain things. You do not have to follow what I'm doing. You can do something completely different. So if you were to use this window, let's do this, solid fill. So you can see that window doesn't have a background, which is perfect. You don't have to remove the background. You would be able to go right and put that window right there, and of course size it so it looks natural. And then you could bring that up Okay. So you can get the same effect using a different window. You don't have to use the one I did. That looks gorgeous to me. Um, with using that particular window, but use whatever works for you. I just, got a little dramatic. I do that sometimes. Anyway, that is how you can recreate this image. And yeah, get in the habit of, I just added that orange just so you guys could see that you didn't need to remove the background. So we're going to go there and we're going to say white. There we go. So get in the habit of playing around in Microsoft PowerPoint. Guys, trust me, the sky's the limit in Microsoft PowerPoint. A lot of people don't think about designing things in Microsoft PowerPoint because they normally think about it as a PowerPoint presentation, like if you were creating a presentation for work or, church or something like that. But it's so much you can do in Microsoft PowerPoint that we like to do as crafters, but most people, they don't think about PowerPoint. But I do. I love it. And I love playing around in Microsoft PowerPoint. Like I could recreate so many of these using so much stuff directly from Bing without ever having to go and pay for anything. And that's the moral of the story. The less we have to spend out of our pocket, the more we can take in. I hope that makes sense. Okay, guys, I didn't want this to be a really long video. So that is how I recreated the image in Microsoft PowerPoint. Guys, have at it. Go out there and do your thing. And please tag me in some of the things that you do so I can see how great you took directions and made it your own. All right. All right, guys, if you're currently in my Facebook group, thank you guys so much for the support via Facebook. If you would like to join my group, the group name is Endorses Cricut and Creative Crafters. It is a private group, so you do have to send a Facebook group request to that group to join us. We'd love to have you. And if you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for the support via YouTube. And if you're not, and you like my method of teaching, and you would like to subscribe to my channel, then please do so. Please like and share and tell your friends about my YouTube channel. The more the merrier. And if there's like something you'd like to see me design that I haven't designed thus far, then please put it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Okay. Um, and yeah, also, hit that bell notification in the top right hand corner so that you'll be made aware anytime I upload tutorials to YouTube so that you'll always be in the know. That's the goal. Okay. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And you all know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. Have a great day, guys.